We have the Wizard Fafnir F5. It is time to rise up with Beyblade Burst Rise. Hello everyone! Hope you're having a wonderful day because today we're going to be looking at the Hasbro Wizard Fafnir F5. It's going to be so interesting to see how different rises from the counterpart of Takara Tomy, see how cool it is, and by the way, if you're a Fafnir fan, you gotta smash that like button, show your support, because we got Beyblade Burst Rise. 1,000 likes is going to be our like goal. So the cool thing about this Fafnir is when you look at it, it's got this real, I'm going to keep on mentioning this no matter what. I love the manga and comic book design of sort of like these wacky rise bays. I think that's so cool and I really like it. And moving on, I know I really don't mention this all that much. It does come with a new launcher. The launcher's whatever. It's like the same with Slingshock. They just modify the launcher or whatever. Yeah, it's like orange and white and a ripcord, whatever. This is our first, not really. This is technically should be our first left spin bay for Rise, but there's also Viper Hydrax, which is also a left spin, and I'll make sure to show it's compatible with the layer base also. I mean, I'll make sure to like swap it so you can just see the differences. So with this Fafnir, there is no rubber, so if you remember from Geist Fafnir from Beyblade Burst Turbo, there's no rubber on it. Drain Fafnir did have the rubber for Hasbro. With Rise, there's also no rubber, so if you're expecting, oh, there's going to be rubber on this Fafnir, it looks like rubber. It's not rubber, it's just a really good paint job, which fair play to them. The parts for this Fafnir are D70 and TH06, so Ratchet Rise, except it's a little bit different this time around. I gotta say though, I really like how this Fafnir looks. Like, I think they do a good job with the appearance of these bays. I think compared to Turbo, it's a lot more accurate. The only things they always miss out on are just like the stickers where it should be placed, but it's whatever at this point. So obviously download the Beyblade Burst app. So taking a look at this, we've got our two stats that are on the back of the packaging. So we've got runtime and drop-in frequency. So runtime is the stats that is 4. And drop-in frequency is the one that is 2. So if you want to know the difference between the two, I actually have my instructions from before. The difference in these stats, so you got X and you got Y. So runtime is basically the length of time spent moving along the brink within the battle ring, and the drop-in frequency is when the top drops in from the brink to the battle ring. So you can kind of see the visual right there to indicate what it basically is, right? That's what it is. It's kind of cool. You know, I always thought these bays with like this Hypersphere stuff would have some gimmick to them, like you could mode change them like Slingshock. No, it's just that all the Rise steps just got a similar shape, but each of them are kind of unique in their own way. It is kind of weird how I'm calling this stamina type, because you know this should just pretty much perform the same as it usually does, just for any Rise bay, just going around the same like crazy. We've got our GT chip, which is Fafnir, our layer base, which is Wizard, and D70 is Ratchet, and TH06 is Rise. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at this and see what's up. So here we have Wizard Fafnir part by part. So I gotta say for the GT chip, credit where credit is due. Since Wizard kind of has that weird design too with the green in the middle, you know, Hasbro did do a good job replicating that. So fair play in that regard. Like, look at this. You gotta give credit where credit is due. So we've got the Wizard layer base. So I usually use the term like fake weight. It's basically just like the infused plastic weight on the thing. It's called Sen. Takara Tomy. This is not said anymore. Hey, the one thing I'm actually gonna say, because I know a lot of people were cheesed off on this too. No, there's not any rubber on this Fafnir, but they did do one thing I'm happy that they did. So if you remember from Geist Fafnir that Hasbro did, it had these weird dumb lines on them. So look at this. So if you remember from the Geist, you could see that it had like these like weird lines on it, like showing it right now. Yeah, you could kind of just, I never got why they had these lines on the thing, right? It was really weird. This time around, there's no like weird jaggy lines on the thing, so that is a good thing. The next part we're gonna move on to is Ratchet. So I kind of like it. Like Ratchet's actually a wide disc. It's not like the puny one that I thought it would be like, because I know Blitz is really small, but this time around it's not really that small. We've got the Rise tip, and to be honest, I kind of like the shape of it. Looks pretty interesting for a stamina tip. I mean, again, all these tips are basically the same in shape, but it is really cool to see how it looks. So the next thing I want to show is actually the slopes of it. So if you want to see the slopes of the base, I'm going to move this to the side. There you go. So the next thing I want to show real quick is just Viper Hydrax. Because with Viper Hydrax, it's also left bay. So you can see we have two left bases right here. So if I wanted to have like Viper Fafnir, I could have Viper Fafnir. And if you wanted to have like Wizard Hydrax, you could have Wizard Hydrax. So if you wanted to see that, you know, I'll show that. I just thought that was kind of cool just to see how it would look like. So overall, I gotta say, it looks pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting indeed. I'm really more surprised at Ratchet. I thought Ratchet would be really small and it'd just be a meme. It's not that bad, it's pretty bulky. So obviously getting the TT version to compare. Okay, so Takara Tomy, obviously we got the metal and we got the rubber. Hasbro doesn't have that. They do got an interesting mold on the thing. The other thing I'm noticing is that they missed the eyes on the dragon for where the red should be. So that is a little bit sad. Actually, on my Wizard, those eyes got a little bit worn. It's a little bit funny comparing that right now. But in terms of the chip's appearance, I think Hasbro did do a pretty good job with it. You know, like in terms of the shape and everything, it's really not that bad. Just like his TT maybe has more sparkles on it and it has a little bit more of a nice opaque look to it, like transparent look to it. But that's for that part. So what I want to show next is just because there's nothing else to show on these layers and the Tinka chips and the GT chips. Look at Rise. So the thing is, I think actually Rise looks a little bit bigger than the Ratchet thing, the Ratchet disc, I mean. Because when you look at that thing, it's like, hey, it's not that bad of a shape. Let me actually give you an example. It's kind of like very close to like the 8 disc for how wide it is. Like, think of 8, but like a little bit different. Like 8 dash, I should say, but a little bit different in the shape. So if you don't know, the original design of Ratchet had like this shield and armor to it, right? So with Hasbro, because all these things are frame compatible, it doesn't really have that gimmick thing anymore. But something I did actually want to show was that a long time ago, I did actually remove, I actually removed the original Ratchet thing. So if you want to see Ratchet without the armor, I really just wanted to showcase this specifically because there actually is a little bit of a difference in the thing. So with Hasbro, what they did is that they sort of modified it, so they kind of got the inner shape of Ratchet, but they also made the little wavy part on the outside, so it kind of, you know, matches it like that. As for Rise, you know, what do you expect? You know, all these are basically gonna have this weird like circular shape to them. I would say that they kind of got the similar, it's kind of close. It is really kind of close. And to be honest, like, Rise does, like, suck for TT. Like, Rise really is not that good for performance tip. I was really disappointed when I did the TT version. So, you know, in Hasbro, whatever, the fact that it doesn't have the same shape, I'm not really bothered by it. It's still, like, obviously, to what people will say is that, you know, still, we wanted the normal tips regardless. It is what it is, like, I'll keep on saying. But at least this one I can say is pretty close. I think Power is, for Hasbro, is nowhere close to the shape of Takara Tomy, like barely. Keep is pretty close. Charge, I guess, is also kind of close. And I guess Rise is also kind of close. Like, when I mean by close, I mean like sort of like the shape of it. So next up, I want to get the scale. So we're going to see the weights for everything and see heavy, light, what is it not. So let's just get the scale out. So we have our scale out. So let's see first the Hasbro GT chip. We have about 3.03. Let's see the Takara Tomy GT chip. 2.75. Hasbro will be heavier because of the fact we got the hexagon in the middle, so don't forget there. So Hasbro's bases are basically hollowed out. So a Hasbro Wizard base is 7.99. TT maybe like 8. What is it? 11.79. So usually between Hasbro and TT for layer bases, it's either 1 gram or 2 to 3 at max of a difference. So the next part I want to show is that even if you have, even if you don't put the weights in the middle for Takara Tomy, you get 14.55. With Hasbro, there's still like 3 grams of difference, and that's just without the weight to it. So again, like I'll keep on pointing out, even if Takara Tomy didn't have the weights on them, they would still be heavier than Hasbro. Now this is for a combination of reasons. For starters, you know, Takara Tomy's got these little placements on there, and it's whatever. So complete the full layer base for TT is about 22. Hasbro is at 11, basically half. So I want to do 3 comparisons. I want to do Ratchet without the armor, Ratchet Hasbro, then after Ratchet normal. So Ratchet without any of that weight to it is about 23 grams. Oh, 19.95, that's a little bit weird. That really is weird, actually. Well, I guess it's because of the placing of the metal. Yeah, so 23 without the armor, and then after 19.55, almost 20. I want to see what 8 dash is, because I think actually 8 dash should be even heavier. Yeah, these discs usually get around 20, yeah. So these discs are kind of fairly light. Alright, so TT Ratchet, you get about 28. The Ratchet's like, I think, as heavy as like a TT Perfect Phoenix. Hasbro Ratchet is about almost 10 grams of difference for it. So when it comes to the disc, they're usually almost 10 grams of difference. At least for the performance tips, Hasbro's always going to be heavier. 6.03 for Rise, and then after... Oh, actually, no, this time around, it's actually TT that's heavier. Yeah, 8.57 versus... Wait, no, whoa. No, I have my hand on the thing, right? Because when I have my hand on the thing, I put more weight. Yeah, okay. No, Hasbro's heavier by like 2 grams of difference to TT. Whoa. I stopped myself there for a second. Yeah, so that's what it is. So I'm just gonna do the full. Thing. And I'm actually a little bit surprised. I actually thought without the thing, I could actually see if Hasbro would be heavier. I guess not. So you got 56.43. What is this? 40. 39.18. So even if I wanted to put the TT Ratchet on the Hasbro one, and I wanted to have something like this, we would only get 47 grams. So still there would be almost 10 grams of difference, even with that disc of Takara Tomy. So if you want to understand the difference in the weights, there you go. So when it comes to Ratchet for Hasbro anyways, now that we're moving on, for frame, I usually just say the same type of frames, like cross, bump, whatever. Also, if we're using TT frames, actually, also, you could use Expand. I think Expand would be nice on this, on Ratchet for Hasbro. I think Ratchet with Proof wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, Ratchet also with Expand would probably be nice. So if you want to use the Ratchet disc for Hasbro anyways, frames I could recommend, whether it's Takara Tomy or Hasbro. For Takara Tomy, you try Proof. Proof isn't a bad frame just to have on it. If you just have the Hasbro stuff, you don't have anything Takara Tomy, obviously. You have Air Knight. I think Expand would be nice on... this kind of... yeah, Expand would be nice on Hasbro's Ratchet. So that's kind of it just for the weight. So we're going to see how it does. I also will be doing a spin stealing test near the end. I will do a separate video seeing how well it can spin steal. I don't think it should be too bad, but you know, we're going to see. We're going to see. I'll do obviously battles against some Rise bays, Takara Tomy bays, and then after, at the end, it's counterpart, and we're going to see how good it is and give it a rating that is fair. Obviously, Hypersphere launcher, it's orange with white. Turbo launcher, it's just green or whatever, black. Just really just a thinner launcher. Okay, so now we're going to be doing the test launch parts and all that stuff, and we're going to do a few battles, and then after we'll do battles against the other Fafnirs and everything. So what I actually want to do, I just want to show the bottom. I just want to quickly just show it against TT, because you see with TT, you can definitely tell there's a lot of differences. So with the Hypersphere stuff, I've actually noticed that yeah, these shapes actually do make a difference, because, you know, for this one, I've noticed that the pattern when it's spinning, it will actually take the center quite a bit. You just gotta light launch, and you gotta be careful how you launch these bays, because I'm guessing with the stadium and everything, when you're launching it, you know, if you get it right, you know, it'll stay in the center, but if you want to launch hard, it's gonna go around the whole thing. So, on that topic, we're gonna get started. I'll get, like, Turbo Valtryek. So now we can see there's like quite a difference in the time I launched Turbo Valtryek to Fafnir. So we're gonna see this right now. It's a spin stealing test. We're gonna see if we can do it better than Geist, or you know what's going on. I'm already liking it more than Geist. So at least it'll be better than Geist Fafnir, because I hate Geist Fafnir Hasbro. Because Geist Fafnir Hasbro, it's not even that there was no metal, which I could kind of accept.
Oh, I guess we're really gonna see if it can spin steel now.
No, it was just like they nerfed it really bad.
There's like no rubber, and like Wizard got nerfed too.
But like, because there's another problem too. It's like the mold on like these like weird lines on the Geist thing. Because at least if it had the normal shape, like I think Wizard's gonna show this for what I mean. Yeah, because at least if it has like the normal shape and not like this weird like line thing on there, it's not gonna have that many problems with spin stealing. It's still not gonna be that effective. It's still probably gonna get outspun quite a bit, which is still gonna really suck for the fact that it's a Fafnir evolution. And if you're a Fafnir and you can't even spin steal right, like come on. So that's why I gotta be careful with how I give my ratings for this stuff, because on one hand, an aspect of this bay maybe is good. Maybe it is good. Like, for an example, I don't like the Wizard layer base for Hasbro at all, for Rise, but I really like the Rise performance dip for Hypersphere. I think it's actually pretty cool. Yeah, because when you with these Hypersphere tips, you do get some really cool LAD, and these actually do perform slightly different, and that's what makes it really cool. But you know, there are other. It's like a mixed bag. You know what I mean? It's like a mixed bag. Like some things are like, this is pretty cool, and other stuff are like, are you kidding me? So I guess we're just gonna do it in the stadium. So let's get Drain, and I'll do it again in the other stadium. Don't worry. So look for an example. For Fafnir, when you battle against a normal opponent, if it's like a left bay, you're done. You're legit done. So that's why with these Rise bays, let's say you want to do it in some like a different. Let's say you want to do it on a regular stadium, something like that, on a non-Hypersphere stadium. You have to like be careful with how you launch it, because on one hand, you could have something like this, and you'll kind of be fine, or you could end up just like messing up, and you waste all your stamina. And that's like a big weakness of these Hypersphere bays, is that they're basically all aggressive attackers. Like technically that was Slingshock, but you know, Slingshock kind of had an on and off button. With Hypersphere, it's not really the case. I will get Air Knights just at the end to see how it does against Eternal, so I just want to do this up against Drain and then after Geist. Okay, we've got Drain and then Wizard. I don't know, I guess it probably could, but Drain did beat it one round, so not really all that special. To be fair though, TT's Wizard is garbage. Like, legitimately, like, TT's Wizard can spin steal, that's not, it's just like the worst Fafnir evolution. Wizard really was the worst Fafnir evolution, like, I don't know why, it just really was. The Geist is probably the best one for Takara Tomy. For Hasbro, I'm gonna be honest, I can't really tell. Please, 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 no! If the one thing I get out today is beating the Hasbro Geist Fafnir, that's what I need. I literally just want that. Just beat it! So they're both... I can't tell if that was just because the slopes, or what was that. Please, I just need to see if it's better than the Hasbro Geist. That's all I need to prove, because then I can say it's better than Hasbro's Geist, so it's a step in the right direction. Just beat it! Please! Please, that's all. Hasbro's Wizard, I'm begging you, please. It's not gonna do it. Unless... We did it! We beat this! Yeah, we've got Air Knights. We're gonna try to do a weak launch here. Because if I do remember before, I did do a battle against, I think it was like the Hypersphere Air Knights, and it lost to it, so... Yeah, I guess we're gonna see right now. Please, Hasbro's Wizard, come on. Okay, okay. Imagine being the Takara Tomy version and literally just like the Hasbro one, which is way lighter. Just like being on par and slightly better. If you think Wizard Fafnir Hasbro's bad, how can it just put up such a good fight against TT? Huh? Can't answer that. I say that, but then after somehow... Literally, this illustrates my point. Okay, so my rating is going to be an automatic 7. If you can beat the Takara Tomy version, that's like at least that's at least a 7. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch Hasbro first, then Takara Tomy. I don't know. You can say it's scraped, whatever. I think Hasbro's Wizard is better than TT's Wizard for stocks, or the stock combos to be more specific. So there you go. We did it, lads. We are better than the really low, really bad stock of... I hate Takara Tomy's Fafnir. Well, we're gonna move on to the other stadium to see what else is... We got the Fafnir next. All right, so Wizard Fafnir. I'm sure we all know that Fafnir kind of went through a weird progression in Hasbro. So, looking at the Fafnir family tree, you only really have Drain that really does have the rubber. And no, this is not like, oh, I bet there's rubber. There's no rubber. It's just a mold. So let's just see how Wizard first spins. That's just doing a little bit of a light launch. Like... In a way, they're all kind of just like attack types, and I don't really want to generalize because that's technically not true. Like they can perform like an attack type. Don't get me wrong, but they're not really an attack type. Actually, funny enough, for TT wise, if you want comparison, I think Wizard really is the worst evolution of Fafnir. Or at least the worst stock. So if Hasbro doesn't do that well, I'm not gonna really be against it. I can't even tell what's gonna perform against the other evolutions. I don't even know. Slowing down a bit. Please don't be like this, Wizard. Please, please just beat Geist. Okay, there we go. Good hits. Please, just... See, there you go. There you go. Okay, it can at least be able to beat Geist, I guess? I don't know. Let's do TT Wizard Fafnir. Now, it's going to be a real surprise, but Hasbro's going to beat it easy. Actually, I thought I could burst it. Oh no, there you go. I don't know whose idea was it when they were making Geist Fafnir for Hasbro, but I don't... This does not look right. This looks like a rushed mold for what they did. Look, when you have it like the shape that it should have, it's not going to screw itself up. So, is this better than TT? Technically, yeah. Is it the best Fafnir Hasbro's produced? Not too sure. I still think potentially Drain is probably better. I would say Drain's probably better for spin stealing 100%. Is it better than Geist? Yeah. Do I like it? Kind of. Kind of. It's just like a 7. It's just like a 7. It's alright. I guess some frames to recommend. I was gonna say proof. But I have to remember that some people might not have Takara Tomy products, and they maybe only have Hasbro. So Expand. Expand's a frame I'll recommend for Ratchet, I guess. It's so weird how Ratchet's done. Yeah, that's gonna be it for now. That's really all my thoughts. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. For Fafnir, there you go, my friend.